Hey guys, welcome to TDC. I'm Alan Neighbors. Well, get ready for some knee dragging action because today we will check out a road race club known for some serious weekend fun. It's Championship Club Racing, AFM style.
Hi.
It's the oldest, most prestigious road racing club in America, the American Federation of Motorcyclists. And at Vegas, their racers were laying down the rubber. Thumbs up, baby.
I would say on the straightaways here, they're probably up to 140, 150 miles an hour going down the straightaway on these things, and they're going fast.
With over 20 classes to compete in, if you have a two-wheeler, the AFM has a place for you to race in.
It's a legal way to go as fast as you can on a motorcycle, and we provide an environment for somebody to go from, say, a production bike that they can buy from a dealership, put some body work on it, safety wire, that kind of stuff, come out here and race fairly cheap, and just go as fast as they want. They don't have to worry about grandma pulling out in front of them and that kind of stuff, and it works out real good.
Cool. That's so exciting.
Over the years, the Federation has produced its share of pros, and their newest rising star is Jeffrey Tigert.
The feeling you get from dragging your knee at 130 mile an hour around a racetrack, there's not much else that really compares to it. I mean, some people will go as far as saying it's, better than sex and drugs and rock and roll. There's really, it's the highest level of adrenaline you can get from, as close as you can get without really breaking the law.
A life of knee dragging was inherited from his father, who was a former champion and Daytona winner.
That's always a big inspiration. It's like you want to kind of do what your dad does, and there's nothing else like it.
Jeff's been doing a lot better than I ever did, though. He's a very skilled rider, and I'm really proud of him. And it's just marvelous to be your kid's hero. I mean, he really is.
Like most road racers, once Jeffrey threw a leg over a machine, he was hooked.
He said, "Dad, how could you ever be normal after this?" I said, "Jeff, normal's overrated." Who'd want to be?
His new lap record in qualifying not only impressed his dad, it impressed everybody.
And this is what you want to do in this level of racing. You want to be able to not only beat them mentally, but out there physically on the racetrack. And that's the first step, is to get in their heads and go out and try to be the fastest guy you can all weekend. And it can actually, do a lot of good for you in the overall aspect of the weekend.
His Suzuki GSX R1000 has only a few modifications, but Tiger has the edge he needs to smoke the competition.
First place we wanted to focus on was the wheels on these. The stock wheels from a showroom are 17-inch size, and they come with street tires, obviously. So these wheels are 16.5 inch, which makes them a little bit smaller diameter, which allows you to run a wider tire. Obviously, you want about the biggest amount of rubber on the ground as you can. This right here unit is what's called a steering damper. As you can see, it moves as the steering moves. It prevents the bike from kind of wiggling and wobbling when it wants to shake a lot. That's the number one tool for that. It's about critical. You almost have to have it on any bike you want to race on the racetrack. And this aftermarket unit here is the shock. You don't have much adjustability with the stock unit. It's very limited to what you can do with it. So a lot of times you want to basically throw that thing in the trash. And fortunately, they don't set them up to be able to use it at racing level. This thing's got a lot more adjustability in it. An exhaust system, obviously. End up getting a little bit more power out of the bike, get a little bit more free-flowing air through the engine. We're also running what's called a whole shot power shifter made by Dale Walker. This unit actually allows you to be able to shift your bike without using the clutch or letting off the throttle. You can virtually hold your bike wide open through second, fourth, fifth, sixth gear just by simply lifting this up. There's a sensor inside this barrel that actually cuts the ignition of the bike, and it will virtually go through the gears with never letting off the throttle. We're going pretty fast. This bike's capable of doing, I would guess, at least 190 miles an hour in the gear, depending on how you want to gear it.
In the first corner of the Formula Pacific race, Tiger ran into some trouble, which allowed James Randolph to take the lead.
It's a little waiting game. You got to play patient.
So much for patience. He set the fastest lap time, which was almost a second better than Randolph. Then Tiger pounced, taking the lead and holding on in the desert heat for the victory.
Let the laps wind down until I got a good safe place. I don't want to do anything to jeopardize either of us, and it worked out for the better. I got my head down. My dad was awesome this time with the pit board. Let me know exactly how far I could go and how much I needed to be ahead. And once I got to that comfortable level, I just kind of backed it off a notch and just cruised the last couple laps.
I think he's got talent to go national and be a top dog nationally. I really do.
This is what it's all about right here. It's the best feeling. Another great weekend out at the AFM.
Prediction. You'll be hearing a lot more from Jeff Tigert in the future. Club racing cultivates future pros, but it's also about grassroots racers having fun. One of the great things about AFM racing is that you don't have to be a Nicky Hayden or Ben Bostrom to enjoy it.
It's just the drive to come out here and push yourself to the limit as fast as you can go on a bike and see what you can do, you know. And you get to race with somebody. If you're in first place all the way back to 30th place, there's always someone to race with, so you can push yourself to those limits. And I think that's what really drives everybody out here.
We're mentally preparing for the race.
It's a zen moment.
There's some neat stuff out here. I don't know if you guys have seen the Buell that's running. That's a nice work of art, as far as the work they've done on that thing. It's not, by far, it's not anything close to a stock Buell, and it's a beautiful bike.
It's 100% American made, baby. This is a very loud machine, extremely loud. Makes other people lose concentration. If you can't pass them, scare them. 1,200 cc's of fire-breathing, snorting thunder. Yeah, that's it. Thunder.
I like him a lot.
It's a push rod V-twin versus the Japanese factories. The Japanese have spent a lot of time and effort to beat this thing. So we're out there giving it the best against the Japanese factories.
Mr. Shawn Reilly, All-American, rallying with the Jap boys and the European boys, and doing very well, might I add.
Thank God there's no French out here.
There weren't any French bikes, but mixing it up were plenty of side hacks.
A lot of people equate it to the old military-style sidecar, and that's kind of where it came from and has evolved into this, which is now an 88-inch wheelbase, 1,200 cc, 170-mile-an-hour sidecar, 3 inches off the ground.
With that kind of power, driver and monkey better work together or they'll end up paying the consequences.
You don't want to fall out, big chance of getting hurt, and you don't want to crash one of these. 3 wheels that crashes like a football. You don't know where it's going to go.
The driver's in charge of steering, braking, accelerating, and the passenger's job is the attitude of the chest. If it gets bent out of shape or the tires lighten up or they start spinning or you're not braking effectively, the weight over the tires is critical to make this thing handle. If the passenger's not in the right place at the right time, it handles badly. If the passenger's not there at all, it turns over on its lid.
You have to be focused, because if I miss my mark, I know we're going to get in trouble on the car. And so I need to be there for him, and him being my significant other, I don't want anything happening to him, so I really concentrate on where I'm supposed to be.
According to Jamie's boyfriend, she likes doing all the right things.
To travel, have your significant other, your neck gets sore, you get a little massage, and it's hard for some of the monkeys to get that, without getting picked on.
All kidding aside, once these racers are on the track, they're going for one thing.
We just totally duke it out. We try to play fair and clean, but it's a race. Down to the checker flag, who's going to get there first.
Hey, whether it's hacks, Buells, or whatever, AFM has something for every weekend warrior.